Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. It's Jason Neufeld with elderneedslaw, and it is my pleasure to have another elder resource. You know, I always start off the show by saying I'm an elder law attorney. We do a lot, but we don't do everything, and I love introducing you to other services that can help serve and help, improve your or your loved one's quality of life, or help provide some kind of service that's of benefit to you. And that's the purpose of the show. And today I'm thrilled to have Marilyn Harris. She is the Chief Kindness Officer with Heart at Work. And Marilyn Harris has there's a couple of different things that she does, but what I think is super interesting is she is what's called an end-of-life doula. Super interesting. And let's find out exactly what that means. Marilyn, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me, Jason. A pleasure.
Yeah, so tell us more about what it is you do. What is the service? When does it make sense to, how does it benefit people? And let's get into it.
Yeah, I mean, the end-of-life doula service is when people get diagnosed a terminal illness. Then we'll also work with hospice. We're part of their team, the whole care team of end of life. So you need to have many people in your care team. And as a doula, we're just one of them. And we just help provide holistic care, spiritual, mind, body, because most patients are clients, I would say, are high anxiety. So we're just there to help them calm each person down, including the family members that are there. We do a lot of work with families and the patients.
So you said a lot. There's a lot to unpack there. Let's start off with, because I think hospice, which is also a very misunderstood service as well, but let's talk about what is the difference between what hospice provides and what an end-of-life doula would be providing.
Right. Well, an end-of-life doula is non-medical. We don't provide any medical care. We don't give any medicines. Hospice is, because they're medical, they work with your doctor and they're able to provide medical services such as, maybe you need oxygen or you need to have prescriptions, and they have a whole team like nurses and other people that work in their team. So that's the difference between us and hospice.
You think of maybe a recent, as a client or a patient or what you call them that you had, and how you were involved in their life and how you made their life better.
Yeah, I had a friend that was passing, and he didn't call me in until I think about a month before. He was given a diagnosis of 4 months. I had pancreatic cancer, and by the time he called me in, it was like within the last 3 weeks. And so at that time, he fortunately already had the hospice team working with him, and they were doing very well, but they also are stressed out. They can only probably visit a client once. So with a end-of-life doula, as a person such as myself, I can come in there and help calm them down. He loved popsicles. I'd be running out, getting him his favorite popsicle, for example, or having conversations. And because he was a friend, I became his power of attorney for his financial affairs and things like that. So, and then also, doing other things for him that I may not do for other people, like getting his will done. And, there's lots of other things like that. But, far as the very end of life, it's really about staying with that person, comforting them, know that they are loved, and keep sharing that message. The other thing is, letting them know it's okay to go. So many people hang on for one more person, one more, to show up to say goodbye. There's a really good show on This Is Us, and it goes through the process very well.
Wow. And how long have you been doing this? How did you get into it? And is there any special training that you went through to become an end-of-life doula?
Yeah, I took doula givers training to get certified. Actually, there's not really formal training that you need, but I felt that I wanted the extra training just so I know a little bit more than what I knew. And there's a lot of caregivers that do it and aren't certified. But I'm certified and licensed so that I can help any patient because I'm an independent. And I got involved because, like I said, a friend of mine passed away,
Mhm.
and he, and whatever services I offered him and whatever care I provided for him, after the training, I realized, oh my God, if I'd known this, I would have done better. But the truth of it is, we just do what we do the best we can.
Right.
And so I think the training, I think, is very important, just because you learn a lot more about the medicines, what kind of
Mhm.
treatments they're coming up with,
Mm.
and care, how you can help people better.
So it sounds like to me, it's really about making sure that the transition from this world to the next world is as
Mhm.
calm and peaceful as
Yeah,
possible. Does that sound
right.
about right?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay, very good. And we know that hospice is covered by Medicare or
Mhm.
Medicaid. I presume that you are a private pay type
Yeah.
service.
Mhm.
What does this sort of thing usually go for?
Well, I have a sliding scale.
Mhm.
It depends what I'm doing too, because I offer so many different services. So
Mhm.
everything is priced at a different level. But, I would say I start about $85, and from there it's a sliding scale.
Got it. Got
Yeah.
it.
And I'd also like to mention, in
Mhm.
Canada, they are trying to put doula givers under their medical care.
Oh,
They're
that's
they're
nice.
just
Okay,
deciding that right now, but
very good.
in the US it's not.
Right, right. It's hard. It's hard to add anything to our healthcare system.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a different podcast, I think.
Yeah.
So most of my viewers are somewhere in the state of Florida. That's not
Hmm.
all of them. I do
Yep.
have some people who watch this show that are from around the
Mhm.
country, but most of them are in Florida. Is this a service you provide in Florida?
Sure, sure. I can work anywhere.
Yep.
Depends on the service. What they call it is teledoula,
Right.
which we can provide online services, just like on a Zoom call or,
Sure.
with people. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And okay, we covered the cost. Terrific. How can people get in touch with you if they want to get in touch with you?
Yeah, they can call me. My number is 510
Mhm,
320 8332.
mhm.
Or they can find me on my website at heartatworkonline.org. I think you're going to put it in the
We will.
show notes.
We absolutely
And
will.
yeah, or I'm on LinkedIn as well. So it's
Okay.
just under my name, Marilyn Harris.
Very
Yeah.
good. Marilyn, this has been really educational and interesting, and I think a lot of people need to know more that even
Mm,
this service exists, because
right.
especially at the end of life, the services that are provided as part of our health insurance system are sometimes woefully inadequate. And it's wonderful that we have
Hmm.
resources for people like you who
Yeah.
can come in
Thank you.
and
Thank
help
you.
make that difference at maybe the most important time in someone's life, to make sure
Right.
that the end of it is peaceful and calm, and
Mhm.
it has the possibility of not being that. Is there anything you'd like to leave us with before we close?
Yeah. If anybody wants to get I have a tip book, 12 tips, what to do to not leave a mess.
Great.
So I can send you the link, and they can
Excellent.
go get the free book themselves and help them get started.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you so much for being with us today and sharing your knowledge and being a resource. And we greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason, so much.
Take care.
Okay. Take care.